Today, we will do a full review of the Math with Confidence math curriculum. We'll talk about the strengths and the weaknesses and how this curriculum can fit in your own homeschool. By the end of this video, you will feel relieved and assured about whether this program is best for your child and their learning style. Let's get into it. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Iman, and on this channel, I teach Muslim moms how to homeschool with confidence and joy while having simple routines and systems to stay on top of your home management and doing all that without sacrificing your own self-care. So the Math with Confidence curriculum is created by Kate Snow. And Kate Snow is a math teacher that graduated from Harvard. She actually got her math degree and her teaching degree from Harvard. And then she eventually became a homeschool mom as well. So when she started homeschooling her own kids and started talking to other homeschool moms, she saw the stress and anxiety that comes with learning math, both from the mothers that were stressing out and frustrated on teaching math and the children that just didn't like math. The kids and families that she met were just having a hard time understanding math concepts. And so this is where her idea of creating a math curriculum came from. And so I heard about Math with Confidence 3 years ago, and since she started creating her math curriculum for every grade, she's been releasing every year just one grade and getting families to test that grade level to see what they like before she finalized. And right now she has finished her math curriculum, so she has from kindergarten all the way up to 6th grade that you can purchase. She also created another math program called Math Facts That Stick. And this program helps students learn their math facts in a fun way without flashcards and doing tests. And instead, in her program, she teaches the math facts, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division through fun games and worksheet practice. And this program of hers, the Math Fact That Sticks, is really popular. And a lot of families just purchase this program of hers even if they don't use Math with Confidence math, and they use it with another math curriculum that they have. Okay, so when you buy the Math with Confidence book, you get a teacher's guide and you get a student workbook. And right now, as I'm filming this video, I cannot find my kids' Math with Confidence instructor and workbook. So I'll just be showing lots of photos here. I'll putting lots of clips in this video so you can see what it looks like and what the inside of the Math with Confidence book looks like. The Math with Confidence math curriculum is both a mastery approach and a spiral approach. So this means when you learn one topic, you do a couple of practices with it, and then you move on and you learn another topic. But you do come back with the reviews that you have, which is always the second page of every lesson. You always come back and review what you have learned. So Math with Confidence, you do a new lesson with the first part of the page, and the back of the page is always a review. So once you purchase a teacher's guide and a student workbook, you have to create a math kit. And this is my math kit that I created for my kids. And so with this curriculum, the math kit, which is the math manipulative that you're going to use to teach math, are things that you have around your house. Paper clips, coins, tape, rulers, things that you already have. And the things that I didn't have, maybe like a clock or a deck of cards, you can just get from the dollar store. So creating a math kit for this curriculum is very, very affordable. And that's why a lot of families like this curriculum. The other thing about this curriculum that is amazing is the price. It is a very affordable math curriculum. I would say the teacher guide and the student guide together is around $70 to $100. That's it, all together. And so the more kids you use it with, the less you have to spend, because all you have to do is buy a student workbook for the next kid that's going to use it, and you already have a teacher guide. And the student workbook is around $30 to $40. So over time, if you use it for multiple kids, you save a lot of money with just using this math curriculum. Okay, so now we are going to go straight into the table of contents, and I'll show you exactly what the grade 1 Math with Confidence includes and how the book looks like. And because I don't have the actual books in my hand, I'm gonna insert a screen recording in here on how everything looks, and I'll talk you through it. This is the table of contents for the instructor manual for Math with Confidence grade 1. And what you notice here is that the way they teach the curriculum is by units, and each unit is divided in 2 to 3 weeks. Usually it's 3 weeks, sometimes 2. For example, unit 2, addition to 10. You have week 4, you teach 1 to 2 addition back, week 5, and then week 6. And then on unit 3, you focus on shapes, and you learn that over week 7 and week 8. So that's how it's broken down over units and then weeks. So I wanted to show you how an actual section looked like in the instructor manual when you are teaching. So this curriculum is very scripted, and it tells you exactly what to say, how to teach a subject, what you need, and there's no prep or plan for it. All you have to do is just open the curriculum and just go and teach it to your kid. And that's one thing I love about it, because it's all done for you. For example, lesson 3.1, so this is the first number 3 means this is week 3, and then the 1 means the first day. So the lessons you do over 4 days, and then the 5th day is an extra enrichment lesson. The 3.1 is week 3, lesson 1. And the next one is 3.2 is week 3, day 2 that you're doing the lesson. So as you can see, it's very scripted. Let me show you here. You start with a warm-up and memory work, and then you introduce the lesson. And then in these boxes, it tells you exactly what you're saying, gives you little reminders of what to teach. And it's just, it's very easy to use, very simple, and I love how scripted it is. We are in the student workbook for Math with Confidence grade 1. And as you can see, the student workbook is very colorful, bright, the text is large, and it's just very easy to read with the child. The way it works is the first page is A, is the new lesson, and then B is the review. So this would be the review of things that they already learned and they're reviewing. And it's just very simple to use. Kids really like working on their workbook. And it looks really nice and engaging. Now I wanted to show you the game boards that you get to make learning math fun in this curriculum. So these are all the game boards that you get. Tic-tac-toe, climb to the top, and these are all in the student workbook. So when it's time to play the game and it tells you which page to get, you flip it into the student workbook and you start playing. And these sheets have made teaching math and learning math so fun for my child. And this is what Math with Confidence is known for, is learning math through games. And these are the sheets that you use. And then I'll also be showing you other sheets that are very important in the next slides. These are the master sheets that you get in the back of your instructor guide, I believe. I really recommend cutting these out and laminating them and putting them in maybe a binder or some sort of folder, because your child will be using this almost every day. It's going to get used a lot, and there's a chance of being ripped or destroyed. So it's just better for you to be able to reuse for multiple kids, to cut each of these pages out and laminate it and keep it in a folder. These are critical when you are teaching a new lesson. Okay, now I'm going to talk to you about the strength and the weaknesses of this math curriculum. And this is all based on my opinion and for my family and what works and what didn't work with my kids. So let's start with the strength. The strength is that this math curriculum is very fun and lots of games. Just an easy, light way to introduce math to young kids. She includes so many games to learn your math facts, to learn your numbers, and it's just so fun doing this curriculum every day. My son has really enjoyed doing the grade 1 Math with Confidence, and he really was looking forward to the games every day. And it was fun for me to play with him and start seeing it click in his head, and he was figuring out how to add and subtract in a fun way, and it was just so fun to see that. It's a really fun math curriculum to do with your child, and it doesn't feel like you're doing math when you are doing this curriculum. The other strength is that it teaches the math facts in a very fun, light way. It's usually a lot of math curriculums, they teach the adding, the subtracting, the multiplication, division in such boring, repetitive ways, and kids just don't get it, or they don't like doing or memorizing the math facts. But the way she teaches the math fact is very fun because she does it through games. And she puts in the games at the end of each lesson, so the kids can look forward to doing the games and learning the math facts. And this curriculum really does a good job in teaching the math facts in a fun way. The other strength is that the student workbook, from what I saw in kindergarten and grade 1, is that it's so colorful. So colorful, the font is big, and my son really liked working in that workbook and the colors and everything that he saw, because the Math UC workbook is all black and white. So he definitely saw a difference when he went from Math with Confidence with Math UC. And I remember him always making a comment once he switched to Math UC that he misses how colorful the Math with Confidence book was. Yeah, the Math with Confidence book is very bright, very colorful, very engaging. Okay, let's go into the weaknesses. Weakness number 1 is, for us, there was not enough practice questions in the workbook. The workbook practice questions were very short. There wasn't a lot of questions on the page. When you first learn a new lesson, on the first page, the practice question that we had, when my son did it, he still wasn't confident in doing it. So I had to print out practice sheets for him, because the back of the sheet is just a review. So you only get 1 page of practicing the new lesson that you learned. And it just wasn't enough questions on there for us. And I constantly had to print out extra sheets for him or write out questions for him that he can practice. The other weakness to this curriculum, and I've talked about this before, is that it's very intense in the parent teaching everything. You as a parent have to sit down and teach every lesson, have to lay out all the manipulative, have to show your child exactly what to do. Everything is on you as the mother or father. And that was a lot for me, because I have other kids, I have a toddler that just would get into everything, and it was just exhausting to constantly teach. And if I walked away to help my toddler, my son couldn't go on. He had to wait for me to come back and continue teaching. And once I taught the lesson, then he was okay to work on his workbook. But the whole lesson had to be taught by me and only me. And that was just exhausting for me. And math is not my strong suit. And that's the main reason why I actually switched math curriculums. And this is definitely a weakness to this curriculum, is that a lot of the work, teaching, setting it up, everything is on you, on the mom. The other weakness that's connected to the previous weakness, is there's a lot of setting up. There's a lot of prep and just taking things out of your math kit and like setting it all up in a specific way, writing numbers on the cards, putting the numbers in certain places. It was just a lot of setup, and it's hard to use this curriculum this way and set it up when you have young kids around, when you have a toddler or a baby that need you and you have to walk away. It's just hard to use this curriculum. And so that was like literally my biggest weakness of this curriculum, the setup and the prep. And so yeah, that's why it did not work for us. If you found value in this video, then you would love the next video, which is a Math UC review. And I review this whole curriculum for you, the strength and the weakness. If you're interested in that video, make sure you check it out and click it right on the screen right now.